Senzenina.
Parents are crying and lamenting their lost sons. Women are shouting hatred from their hearts. Some are even claiming that all men are dogs. Children can't see their fathers. Their role is absent, but the father isn't aware that he's far away from home or far away from his family, because he doesn't know that being visible in a house doesn't acknowledge your presence. The world is said to be lost due to the fact that men have forgotten that they are men, and some people even claiming that men should be taught on how to be men. What they don't know is that men are raised, and being a man is not a unit or a course it can never be taught. We are busy blaming the player, but the question is, did we prepare him for the game? Mr. Man cry, that's a taboo in most culture because it makes you weak and vulnerable. Violence at home is something that everyone is against, but when a man is a victim, it can be ignored. That's the world, ready to stone us, but the beautiful thing about us is that we are ready to die like martyrs. We don't fight for our rights, we fight for the world. We rejoice in our suffering, knowing that it produces endurance. Endurance produces character, and character produces hope. Romans 5:3-4. The only thing that men need is hope. It can jumpstart a dying heart. Have you ever asked yourself, why do we call men sons? It means that they need to provide light during the day, and at night, like the moon does, the world should compliment them in their weaknesses by reflecting out their light. The essence of life was a relationship, but we've made it a competition. Who's superior? Who's dominant? Who's greater than the other? We need to ask the right questions and we'll get the right answers. Focus on the pros and we'll never see the cons. I know there's a problem and it's not on one side. And with this, let me take you back a bit to Genesis. In the beginning, when Eve ate the forbidden fruit and made Adam do the same, neither did God place the blame on Eve nor gave in to the excuse by Adam, because he was aware that excuses are like clutches and every cripple has two. Before we cast out a stone, we should think on where's the problem and what's the cost. Some of us want to build an empire in a day. That's impossible. And human beings are funny. They want to harvest, but indeed they never prepared for the planting season. And when they miss out on the harvest, they begin a war, blaming it on one side. I'm not saying that men shouldn't be blamed on their mistake. What I'm trying to say is that I know men who are raising their sons and daughters alone. I know men who are fighting recovery from mental health. In the presence of their family, they'll smile, and that's a sign of hope. I know men who are never taught about fatherhood. Right now, they are great fathers. I know men who can take a bullet for their loved ones. I know men who spend sleepless nights trying to figure out on how they'll impact the world in a positive way. I know a man who gave his life on the cross so that my life may be saved. His name is Jesus Christ. Kalo the Proverb.